me now take this across to former IPS and former Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Ms. Kiran Bedi, who's joining us on the broadcast. Ms. Bedi, what do you see happening with this case? A nation is outraged, and here we are not talking about a person who's been accused in this rape case. He was convicted.
Yes, I think it is a very disturbing judgment, particularly of this kind of in a rape case like this. And when there is a longer punishment and you decide to suspend it, I think apparently, visibly, it's a travesty of justice. I think it's a totally imbalance between the rights of an accused and the rights of a victim. Very big, very diverse. You see, it was like a giant fighting a pygmy. This was a giant who was fighting a pygmy. And the more justice has been given in this case to the giant rather than the pygmy.
So would you consider the CBI to be hand in glove with Kuldeep Singh Sengar in this particular case?
That I don't want to go by. I don't think so, and I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't want to believe that. Even if there's an accusation, there needs to be an evidence of that.
Because
but what is visible, I noticed.
Right. Ma'am, why I'm asking this is because the CBI has gone on to admit that an MLA isn't considered a public servant, and this was a major thing that had led to the suspension of the sentence completely, because if he was, remember, charged under POCSO for being a public servant, the CBI admitting that under Section 21 of IPC, it is not even relevant, and that is what has led to the suspension altogether.
I think sheer common sense. The man is withdrawing money from public exchequer. He is voted by the people. And now when he wants to get away from something, he says he's not a public servant, or they find a technicality. I think it's been an absolute case of injustice, and I think Supreme Court would certainly rectify it, because it is the Honorable Supreme Court which brought out the case from the state to the center, to Delhi. I'm sure the Supreme Court, with trusting Supreme Court, I think better justice will prevail, because it's a clear case between a Goliath and a pygmy. So the Goliath has won, because probably and I think they've taken just a technical reason to get him out.
Right.
Usually he may have had some very strong legal powers and voices, and the lung power of the legal, which he may have. I personally think they found a technicality to somehow bring him out.
Absolutely. And that is what we are also pursuing here. A legal loophole has been used to advantage Sengar in this particular case. But how can we overlook what the case has revealed to us so far, including how there was a truck who tried to run over the lawyer of the victim, 2 of her family members, and that collision was reported not once, ma'am, but 11 times. How can that be an accident? All of those things will be unearthed now. This has been the history of this case, this high-profile case, ma'am.
Yes, when this happened, we were all reading it with alarm. You see, now public memory being short, it has resided since then. So many such similar cases have happened. But I remember when this happened at that time, and it was gruesome. And it was nearly a powerhouse trying to suppress and suffocate another single-handed woman, a helpless family, and who suffered at that. You're reviving the memories of all these years ago. I remember we all were alarmed at that. It's a clear case of power play. It's a power play which has even affected the judiciary.
Well, absolutely, ma'am. I'd please request you to stay on with us.